Hey everyone, how are you? I hope you are spending great time in this weekend. Let's start. This is the XANA AMA Global Session in December 17th. I hope you are doing really well for this December because we have only 2 weeks left until the 2023. Oh my gosh, what kind of year was it for you? It was actually great, fantastic year for us. And we just started our amazing growth campaign to count down for 2023 to have an amazing finale in this year and to open up the great year of 2023 with you guys. Okay, so let me start from that news. Yesterday, we just announced the final growth campaign of this year, and we already had 3 growth campaign in the past, right? As I remember, we did a one in the summer and 2 times in the fall, and now this is the first one in the winter. Every time we're upgrading ourselves and providing you the amazing the newses and upgrades and so on. This time, it's gonna be amazing as well. This one is kind of a little bit different from like last 3 times. We are more like focusing on how to utilize XANA platform to everyone and Zeta token to everyone. And a new marketing campaigns, different type of the collaborations and the new way of the metaverse entertainment and amazing updates for the XANA applications and other applications as well. That is just something we're gonna announce for this campaign. Yes, it's gonna continue until the very end of this year. So the final date will be the 31st December, and today is 17th, right? So yeah, like we have almost like 15 days to go. And we just dropped our very first news, which is the XANA bridge. This is the very first bridge of XANA, the native bridge, and this has been made to reduce the bridge cost because actually the one we originally have has some kind of like bridge fees and also like kind of a little bit high transaction fees and etc. So each time you had to spend somewhere around like $5 to $10 average in a minimum. And if you're trying to bridge out like a larger amount, then the fee will gonna increase accordingly because it's gonna be I think 0.1%, right? That is the fee of the bridge. But to make it easy and cost friendly, we made our native bridge. So this native bridge almost reduced the cost to the like 1% of original. So like we almost cut off like 99% of the original cost. That is huge difference, right? So this is what this XANA bridge is about. There's one thing to note that this bridge is a one-way bridge. So we can only provide a way from the Avalanche C chain to XANAChain. So that is the one way, and we cannot provide the other way. So other way, we still need to rely on the multi-chain bridge, and that is also great because they are definitely the #1 platform in this industry. So there's nothing to worry about. There will be the more often use case for everyone to come from the Avalanche C chain to XANAChain, because we are releasing the several product and NFTs and a lot of utilities such as staking or other let's say trading the NFTs, joining the games, etc. So there's like a bunch of the utilities on XANAChain side, not the Avalanche C chain side anymore. So like we thought like that's gonna be more and more use case from the Avalanche to the XANAChain. That is why we are providing this bridge. Yeah, and the way of the bridge nature itself, it can only provide a one way. Yeah, so like this is only for the Avalanche to XANAChain, okay? So just to remember that, and everything else is fine. That is our very first news to open up the growth campaign. Starting from tomorrow, we have a lot of like launch schedules, new product informations, new collaborations, and etc. etc. As I just a little bit said, as we open the XANAChain almost fully now. Upcoming stakings happening on the XANAChain. The cycle 5 of Zeta token staking is the last staking session which is happening on the Avalanche C-Chain side. So if you are already in the staking, then you don't have to worry about anything because we're going to automatically transfer from your token from the Avalanche C-Chain to the XANAChain for the staking. So you do not have to unstake and bridge and stake it again. You do not have to. We're gonna do everything else so that you can just stay over there. And yes, like we have not announced the cycle 6 reward yet, but that's gonna be really fantastic. And there's like full of excitement and full of the update for the Zeta token staking, which is upcoming on XANAChain. So let me discuss a little bit about this one. So we had a civil discussion and feedback from our XANA DAO last week, and we did some kind of voting for the civil matters about the staking to figure out how to improve that. And there was a civil matters. I think there was 3 matters, right? And the first one is that you want to have a separate reward for Zeta token staking and the land token staking, as we're gonna have a land NFT staking from this cycle 6, most likely. We almost succeed all the testing, so I think if everything is goes good, then like from this cycle 6, we can provide this land staking. And if we start this land staking, then there's 2 ways actually. One is that everybody is gonna compete for the same reward. So no matter you have a Zeta token or you have a land, you're gonna compete same common reward. That is one way, and we made it like that originally. And the cycle 6 is most likely going on this way. According to the XANA DAO members' opinion, the more people want the separate reward for the Zeta token staking and the land staking. So yeah, we try to figure out how to do it, and a system perspective, I think it is possible. We haven't made it yet, but I think if we spend time, that is possible. As the voting result was obviously more leaning to the the separation side, so that we definitely hear that opinion and try to make it happen, probably from the cycle 7, because the cycle 6 preparation is already done and we cannot change it from now on. So that we're gonna go walk the safe side on the cycle 6, and we're gonna have the land NFT staking still as an original rule, for the common reward. But from the cycle 7, we will try to separate it and have a different type of the reward for the both. That is the one change. And another opinion we got from the XANA DAO is that if you want to carry out your existing ticket to the next cycle, that has a different perspective. If you're thinking about you're gonna stake long term, and if you're not earning anything from the current cycle, then of course you feel a little bit sad, right? And if you can carry over this leftover ticket to the next cycle, then definitely you're gonna have a little bit more probability to earn the reward. But that is a pros. There's a cons as well. So what con is, that's gonna affect to the new stakers, new users. Whenever they coming in, the current solution, the good part of this current solution is that everybody will have a common and fair conditions, so that everybody get refreshed and is starting from 0 to start earning the ticket in the every month beginning, right? But if a lot of people start carrying over their ticket from the last cycle, then of course, the new stakers will go a little bit behind because they're starting from scratch, right? So there was that kind of opinion as well. So we were trying to let our DAO members to decide it, and then the result was that we should not carry over. So that means we're gonna do as we are doing right now. There's no carryover, and we're gonna still refresh every month. I think that is very fair, and we always want to have the door to be opened to every new users. We definitely want to have a very friendly rule for every new stakers. I think this decision is really meaningful, and I can totally agree in this opinions. So like we're gonna do the same. We're not gonna change up this rule. And what was the third rule? Oh yeah, the limit, reward limit. Currently, we have a 5 maximum reward limit for per address. That means no matter how much token you are staking, or no matter how many the ticket you earn, or how many tokens you own, then you can maximally have 5 loot chests in the end. This is for the every cycle. So every cycle, the 5 is the maximum. And there's some opinion that we also have to be good for the big amount, the stakers, because they're staking the larger amount than others. So we were trying to figure out how to make a balance with it. Definitely, we want to reward more for the, big amount of stakers. But then if we do that direction too much, then of course that's start not being fair for the average users, right? So we spent a lot of time, and finally we tried to ask to our DAO members, which way should we go? And actually the DAO members gave the same conclusion as us. There should be the 5 maximum reward limit to be exist to the upcoming cases. We can totally agree, and because if the ones who has a larger amount of the token staking or the ticket earning, they can always, using the multiple wallets or something to, divide the rewards and divide the staking. It's kind of a little bit more like handwork, but there is an opportunity and there is no rule to prohibit that. That is no problem. So if the people like that, who wants more than 5 rewards, then they can start dividing the address. And we're gonna just simply stick to the simple rule that every address have a 5 rewards limit. I think that's pretty much fair. So we're gonna continue with it. Okay, so that was the SAM update of the cycle 6. And we're gonna try to figure out how to make it more fair. Now it is enough fair, but we are trying to, keep improve that, because we want more and more people to win the rewards, right? Of course, because that's going to affect to the others, and that's going to influence others to start staking as well. More people stake the tokens, then of course the token will be much easier to rise its price, right? So that is our common goal, and we are trying to do that. But at the same time, we also have to figure out the good balance. Once we start distributing too much rewards, and this rewards not gonna be a Zeta token itself, but if we distribute too much NFTs, which is valuable and which that everyone is paying for it, then that's a little bit, start being the not really fair as well. And then everybody would think why we have to buy the NFTs, right? We just take the tokens and it's gonna come for free. And we don't want to buy the NFTs. We don't want that things to be happening. So we just need to have a good balance. Of course, that's gonna be so much sure for you to get the NFTs by just purchasing in the initial sale or the secondary sales. You can get 100%, right? But if it's a staking reward, then nobody knows. It's just a matter of luck. So those who wants to really try, then they can still trying. But people really want NFTs, they should get NFT from the secondary sales. So that is why we should not provide too much reward. That's also start being the imbalanced. So we're trying to find the best balance between those two. We want everybody to stake, but at the same time, we don't want to inflate our NFT's value. Yeah, so that is a conclusion, and we're trying to figure out the better ways and the new ideas every day almost. So if you also have the great ideas, we are always welcome. We definitely want to improve it anyhow. So yes, any kind of opinions are very welcome. Those kind of things are the actual change and update for the cycle 6. Okay, so that is about the staking. Let me share another new information. This is about the XANAChain. So XANAChain, we just announced XANAChain Rebirth NFTs. Yeah, rebirth, not reverse. It's a rebirth. So that means we want you to upgrade your XANAChain by this rebirth NFTs. And this rebirth NFTs has a multiple use cases itself. And let me introduce the actual use case one by one. So first utility is that once you get this XANAChain Rebirth NFTs, you can change your XANAChain costume to the new one. And we prepared 15 new costumes, clothes for the XANAChain. It's totally new and it's so good. I can't wait to show you guys, but I can't show you in the middle. So like I'm gonna hold it a little bit and we're gonna definitely announce and show you the sneak peeks of those new clothes during this growth campaign. But that is the best way to let XANAChain to rebirth. So you can completely keep your XANAChain itself, everything else like the hairs, face, and the eyes, and etc. But only the clothes will get changed. That is the first way. And the second way is that like if you are mostly satisfying your XANAChain, but like some part you do not want it or like you want to change it. For example, I don't like her eyes, or like I want to have a better hairs, or like I want to change the hair colors and whatever's, then we're gonna provide this second way. Second way is that you can choose a part, any part except the clothes, because clothes is like a selection number 1. So except the clothes, you can choose any of the XANAChain parts to change it randomly. So you cannot like specifically say, oh, I want this hair. This is impossible. But like you can at least identify where you want to have a change. That is a great part, right? And this option is actually came from XANA DAO members. I heard there is a demand of that people, like the holders, the XANAChain owners are talking about that. Like if we don't have this eyeglass, like my XANAChain go look so much better, or like if without these accessories, my XANAChain looks more gorgeous even, etc. Right? So this is to grant that kind of wishes to come true. This is the second way. Okay, then the third way of rebirth is that complete shuffle. So include old clothes and new clothes. We're gonna shuffle everything and your XANAChain will have a complete new look. Nothing is the same, completely new look. So that how it works. This works as someone who owns the XANAChain multiple, and he or she is thinking like, I love those XANAChain, but this one I'm not sure. I probably want to sell out and trade and get new XANAChain. Then now you do not have to trade even. You can totally like a big shuffle on your XANAChain to see what's gonna happen. If you get a super good one that you really like, then that is great luck. If you don't, then you can still trade, no problem, as the same as you originally planned. So at least this is worth to try, right? So that is another use case of this rebirth NFT. So I explained the 3 so far. And the 4 is very optional. The 4 is that definitely you're not gonna change any of the visual of XANAChain, but it's gonna change your XANAChain NFT ID. How it works is actually we are burning your original NFTs and provide a new NFTs. So that way, you're not gonna have some kind of digital tattoo if your XANAChain was the stolen NFTs in before. Then, of course, as you know, the OpenSea will the flag your NFTs so that you cannot trade or you cannot sell out, etc. Right? That's very inconvenient. It's gonna be worse if you don't realize it, if you didn't know it and just purchase it and come to know afterward, and there's no choice, right? So this is a big solution for that kind of use case. You've just purchased somebody's XANAChain because it was really cheap. You didn't know why, but you just purchased it and then finally realized, oh my god, this was stolen NFT and I cannot resell. And currently we don't have any way to solve it. And that is why we come up with these new ideas so that you can keep your NFT exactly as it is, but just change the NFT IDs. This is the 4th way of the rebirth NFT. Actually, you can choose any of the way from this 1 to 4. No multiple, only 1, but you can choose. Okay, so that is a great part. Like we are giving a freedom of choice to every owners. how the NFT will be renewed. This is the right news that like if you choose Rebirth 1 or Rebirth 2 or Rebirth 3, then you do not have to do anything. You just identify which of your XANAChain to have a rebirth. Then you just click the button, then leave it. Then we're going to do the rest of the work, right? So you do not have to pay anything. You do not have to do this and that. There is no need. So it's completely like fee-free, and we're going to do everything for you. And if you are using the, for example, option number 4, then you want the NFT ID itself to be changed. So this case, we're going to do the manual work. We're going to do the manual work for you to provide completely new NFTs. Metadata will say the same though. So there's two different simple way to say it. You change metadata or you change NFTs itself. That's a simple way to say it. Okay. I think that most people will choose the first way. They want to keep NFT histories and trade histories and etc. Of course, usually, and they're going to just change the metadata, right? So then you can choose number 1. But if you got stolen NFTs and you want to refresh and etc., then you can choose the number 2, the burn and mint way. So this is all about the XANAChain Rebirth NFT. We have 4 ways total to choose to do the rebirth, and another 2 way to decide how to handle your NFT or metadata. That is about XANA Rebirth NFTs. Then the most important, probably many of you guys want to know, is that how to get this rebirth NFT. That is great questions. So the way how to get this rebirth NFT is that you're going to be getting the snapshot somewhere in the next week. We cannot say the date exactly. Snapshot is the way we go. Why snapshot? Because we're going to distribute this rebirth NFTs for the 1,000 top addresses which owns XANAChain. Not the people, not the user, but the addresses. That means we're going to just scroll the blockchain explorer and get the information of which address owning how many XANAChain. And from the top to bottom until the 1,000 rebirth NFT exhaust, we're going to keep distributing these NFTs to the top holders. And how many user can get? That is also a great question. Actually, you can get 1/3 is the maximum. So what is 1/3 means? If you have 6 XANAChain, so 1/3 of 6 equal 2, right? So you're gonna get 2 rebirth NFTs. If you have only 4 XANAChain, then if we go to the 1/3, it's gonna be still 1 point something, right? But we're gonna cut off this like point something. So that means you're gonna only get 1 Genesis rebirth NFTs. So that is the way to distribute this rebirth NFT. If you are owning maybe total 3 Genesis or 4 Genesis, that is a little bit like the yellow light. Like I think probably having a 5 or 6 XANAChain, then earning the rebirth NFT is you're on the safe side. Because we did a calculation, if we did not move any NFTs at this moment and to calculate who can get this rebirth NFT from the top 1,000, then this was the kind of borderlines. Owning the 5 of XANAChain was the kind of the borderlines. So if you're having 4 NFTs and you definitely want to have this rebirth NFTs, then we can recommend that you should get 1, let's say within the next week or something. But this is going to be dynamically changing. Even during this process, even this upcoming 1 week, many people will trading. And some people sell, some people buy. So we do not know the exact final amount until the day of the snapshot. So once we get the snapshot, we're going to definitely tell you guys like, okay, now we got a spot snapshot. We're going to definitely announce it. But at this point, we cannot really say it. So please try to take it as some kind of reference, okay? Reference purpose only. Yeah, but like this, I have a huge confidence about this one because I already saw the new designs and it's so cute. It looks amazing. It looks just gorgeous. And it has a funny kind of things as well. And I love it. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen in this 1 week. Okay. And during this XANA growth campaign, we're going to definitely start distributing Rebirth NFTs. And once you got this Rebirth NFTs, then you can choose that you're gonna use it, or you can trade it, or you can even give it away. You know, like some of the XANA Genesis owner is saying that like they're totally 100% satisfied with their current XANA Genesis and there is no way to change it. That's amazing. I really appreciate it because you love the XANA Genesis so much, then, you know, it doesn't need any change. That's great to hear. So then you can just decide to, you know, give it away to your friends, or like just trade it and you just sell out in the XANA NFT marketplace. It is totally up to you. I believe there's like a bunch of people who want to have the Rebirth NFTs for sure. So I think there will be some kind of like a good trade between the, demand and supply. Just to add one thing onto it, the Rebirth NFTs will be distributed on XANAChain only. So it's not the Ethereum network. So that means this not gonna go OpenSea to be traded. This will stay on the Nadia NFT marketplace. So that is another actually great way to have more users to start do the transactions in the Zanaria marketplace, because more users start trading or buying and sell, then the Zanaria will have a revenue, right? As a platform fee. And this is something we just simply miss. If the user trade NFTs in OpenSea, of course the fee will go to the OpenSea. But if it stays in our ecosystem, in our own marketplace, then we can have this much of platform fee to spend for something else, which is most likely get to burned. So then, every transaction we will have in the marketplace, buy or sell anything, then if we start burning it and more trade happening, then it's good for everyone, right? It's profitable for everyone. So there is nothing to lose and only to gain. That is why we decided to distribute these NFTs on the XANAChain only. And another great part is that if the buyers want to get the Rebirth NFTs, they have to have a Zeta token on XANAChain. That is the only way to trade this Rebirth NFTs. That means that's gonna lead the demand of Zeta token, of course. So that is our purpose and target for this time. And I hope this goes well. Okay, so once this goes well, then we can start releasing our NFTs on the XANAChain, and every holders will have appreciations from every sales we make. That's kind of how the ecosystem should really work, and we want to try to make it bigger and bigger. And then more and more token will be burned. All the stakers, the Zeta token, the potential value of Zeta token will be easier to go up. So that is the purpose of having it on XANAChain. So that is about the XANA Genesis Rebirth NFTs. Okay, let me go forward. This is a very important topic. XANA DAO MVP. We also had a great update of DAO MVP events. Before, we have 5 sections, right? We have 5 sections of MVPs, and I believe the top prize was a $400 worth of Zeta token for the first prize. Then second prize and third prize was the $50 value of the Zeta token plus NFTs, right? So that was the original plan, and we had 5 divisions, so you can simply calculate the $500 times 5 sections. That was the actual amount that we were providing for these XANA DAO activities. But as we're seeing, for example, November, we just announced the winners of the November XANA DAO activities in last week. Then I was just so impressed by the passionate work and the dedications and the creativities and the kindness and everything. I was so impressed. I really thought that having this kind of system in the ecosystem for everyone is very rare case. So I think our DAO is getting more and more mature, and I think this is a good time to give us some boost on it and to accelerate. They have more people to start joining this DAO activities, and that definitely gonna lead extra value on the project itself and the Zeta token, of course, and many more. So we decided to rise up the reward for each prizes a lot. Let me check. Actually, the first prize is $600 value of the Zeta token now. And for the second prize and the third prize, they're going to have 100. So we almost double our rewards for everyone. And also, we increased one more genres in the XANA activities. And also, we add another extra reward, which is the bigger NFTs, which is that if you get a first prize, then you can select one of those NFTs for yourself. First one is XANA Genesis. Second one is XANA Common Land. Third one is XANA Penpens. Each one has a really great value, at least somewhere around 0.5 Ethereum. And that is big, right? Which MVP winners can claim one of them. That's huge. And we are still providing the Zeta token rewards as well. So yeah, this is definitely something profitable for the creators. That is what we prepared. And we also updated another law. Before, if you got the second prize or third prize, there was nothing to do, just earning some tokens and getting the NFTs. But we decided to make it bigger and bigger. So we just decided if you earn 2 times of the second prize, then you can also get NFTs. You can choose the one of those 3 NFTs. So if you got multiple type of the prize 3, then don't worry. If you get 3 times of the third prize, then you will be taken as the same as the #1 MVP. That means you can still choose your NFTs from those 3 sections. That is very attractive, right? And especially for those existing the secondary prize or third prize users, this is a fantastic news, the best news ever. That is how we want to accelerate our XANA activities. And we really wish the more and more creators to start joining. So let's talk about what kind of divisions we're gonna have for this month already, right? Now it's December, right? So we're gonna update our reward from the December. This month is already getting counted. So that's not gonna be happening next month, it's happening now. So if you are trying to join XANA DAO and still trying to figure out what to do and really worry, no confidence, etc. Don't worry, just start doing it, and then you're gonna learn immediately. You can learn on move, and so there is no point to wait until the end to start doing the things. So definitely you can just start joining, and that way you can have so much more the serious learning from the actual battlefield. Everybody can feel comfortable in the practice, but the less people, much less people can feel the same in the actual battle, right? So it's like that. So that's why we are also want to have a great reward update for this December as well, to get everyone to prepare for the real fight in the January. Okay, so now we have several sections. I believe we have 5 to 6 sections, right? First one is the MVP supporter. So this MVP supporter is actually a person who help a lot of newcomers or some existing newcomers, which has been a while to visit XANA DAO and want to have some kind of update and etc. Then these guys, MVP supporters, will help them immediately and constantly and with the kindness. So we truly appreciate that, because in our team, we cannot do it. We're simply just too busy to do it. We should keep developing. That is why we are not providing too much resources for the support, but we were rewarding our own DAO members to have this role. This is very important. And next one is MVP Planner. This MVP Planner was originally same section as the MVP Supporter, but now new project ideas are start be happening on the XANA Discord. So we just thought that like planning is kind of special skill. There is some kind of extra effort for everyone to gather up the people, doing the social media push, planning, of course, and brushing up, and of course, so that like we're really respecting that flows and we really appreciate it. That is why we made it separate from the XANA DAO or supporter section. Then now all of the planners have our own divisions. Okay, so that is a great advanced part. Then that's the MVP planners, right? One thing very important is that this is not just planning, okay? So just do the planning, anybody can do it. But start moving your hand and try to think and try to simulate and try to improve is something that we only us cannot do all. Because we are now more like focusing on the overall platforms and the builder tools and etc. So many products, right? So that is the one thing to remember. Only planning doesn't work much. The very important is to continue it and having the people into it. Make that project bigger and bigger by the hand of XANA DAO. So once this cycle can be happened, then everything's can go the double speed, triple speed, and even more because now we have let's say like 100 exclusive XANA developers, right? But like if our XANA DAO, like we have like 50K community members and the like at least like let's say like 5%, 10% people are really active. Let's say then we have like thousands of the people, and they all love XANA. They love to take a part. So this is the best way to start doing something. If you don't come up with any new idea, then you can just start picking up like somebody else's project in XANA. Then you also become a member of it. Then you have opportunities to get some kind of shares once this event get rewarded. Yes, that is the great way to earn the reward as well. Because the MVP planner, it's not depend on the person. It just depend on the team. So we just want to have some kind of like a project name itself, not this specific user A or user B, but like the project name. We're going to do the voting by the project name. So please remember this one. So once the voting time comes, anyone in the team should write some kind of, explanations. And this is our project. This is what we do. And please join, etc. And this is our goal. Then everybody can start feeling into it. Then more people can start joining it. And then that planning will become real and better. That is something that I really want to see it. So yeah, that is the flow. So only planning doesn't really matter. That more important is planning and start gathering the people and land the project constantly. And that is the key. Okay. So another part is the XANA MVP creators. So this MVP creators, we saw such a fantastic novel which has arrived in the XANA Discord. It was just fantastic. I really love that stories. And now different artists, maybe I think that was somebody's daughter, right? They draw the cover art and the inside character in really good way, super cute way. And then they made some kind of novel. So that that novel story is so heart touching. I really love it. And I really think that this cannot be end up with only a story or novel. This has a huge potential to do the multimedia mix. Maybe somebody can create some kind of world based on this novel story, or in the future, maybe people can make some kind of game or the more like a collaborative art, fun art, etc. Anything is possible. So that is what XANA Creator is doing right now. another creator is doing the event. He actually reserved the one of the modern art gallery in Tokyo, middle of the Ginza, I believe, and they're gonna continue the 3 days event about XANA. We really appreciate it. That's so amazing, right? So like we definitely wanna support it, and we are already providing some support plans and like kind of reward from the XANA side, but like having a 3 days event is such a huge work. He just did it. So, and a lot of DAO members are supporting it. So I'm truly thankful for that. That is also, we can call it like a great plan, right? This is an event actually. So I think if it's an event, then it can go to a MVP planning category because it is almost like the project. Right? And this is not something like a novel. It is not something like the one artist keep making something. So this is more like the event plan. So it can go to the planning section, for example. This creator section, MVP creator, is more like a novel, more like a fan art, and more like a physical merchandise or what else? There's so many, but yes, those are the things we can do for the MVP creators. And another thing is the MVP builder. This is simple, like, everybody can create the XANA world by the XANA builder. And we're going to release the push world function to the live. Then you can start visiting that kind of venue from your XANA applications. So that's going to open up the huge door for all of the creators. Now people can start visiting your world. So that is a great part. And we're gonna have a competitions about the builder. It's like who created the best world in this month. This is the award like that. And if you get picked by the DAO members, then you're gonna have a huge reward. Plus original NFT, plus one of those third top NFTs, and the fame. Okay, yeah, that is what the XANA MVP creators and the builder do. Let's go. The one last thing is the MVP Genesis trainer. This is to train your XANA Genesis. And I saw amazing piece of the works in the November because this section has been started from the November, and I saw the amazing outcome. That's so fantastic. Our DAO members are so great and so creative to have such a fantastic outcome. We want to definitely encourage those creators and because that's just so fun. Every day I look at the Twitters and find those amazing conversation between the users and the XANA Genesis that really make me happy and really make me feel the possibilities what AI NFT can do for the future. So we want to explore the huge possibility of it. So that is why we also increase our reward for this section and make this section as a continuous regular sections. So that's a total of 5. Yes, MVP promoter. This promoter section is very important. This is to promote whatever that we do, XANA's activities, XANA's NFTs, XANA's upgrade, and XANA DAO, etc. The event, like the promoter division, and they're gonna push in any kind of social networks, like using the Twitters, using the TikTok, using the Instagram or YouTube, so whatever's. There's a lot of ways to create the promotional content from what we do, turn into some kind of video format for the YouTube or TikTok or blog format, and they're gonna post a blog, or they're gonna make it great fun tweet, etc. If you are really good at the social network and you can feel that I can be a good support, then definitely you can get nominated yourself into this MVP promoter sections. So that is the total. There are a total of 6 divisions of XANA DAO MVP at this point. In the future, we're going to have more sections like the best metaverse event sections or the best avatar creations or many more. If we have more games, then we can expand the world for the new games as well. That's the plans. So at least we just added one more sections. We're going to be doing the 6 sections for this December and probably on the January as well. If we try to increase them, then maybe we can start increase more on this February. So let's see what's going to happen in this December and January. So then how much is going to be? So total of $600 times 6, right? So that's going to be like 3,600 USD value of the Zeta token. And then there will be like 6 of Xana Genesis NFT or the Land NFTs or Penpen's NFTs, right? Yeah, that's a lot. And another NFTs reward, we have Xana original wearable NFTs as a reward. That's a lot of rewards. So yeah, like that's how much we appreciate our DAO members and the DAO creators and the best players in the community. Like this is one of our significant target, the aim for this 2023 is that we're gonna have more than the tens of the members from the XANA DAO to start earning a lot or enough for their living from XANA activities only. That is one of our key goal, right? Because like we keep saying that like this is the metaverse by everyone. That means people are start earning from the metaverse even more than the real life or real business. That's fantastic, right? That is the best things ever as a metaverse. So that's something that we are really aiming at this point. Then XANA DAO MVP is the actual like significant boost for that. This is the easiest way to start earning. Creating the avatars, creating the world, and selling it as an NFTs and doing the trading. This is a kind of like a mid-term to like long-term commitment because this needs industry or like community and the market to be grow as well, right? But this MVP section is going to be decided by the DAO members itself. So as long as you do the great impressive work and many people start voting on you, then you can start earning not small amount. Yeah, this is the kind of the entrance of the create to earn mechanism of XANA Metaverse. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. Today, I just introduced about the XANA Countdown Growth event to 2023. And today's news was the XANA Bridge is now live. And I introduced about the XANA Genesis Rebirth NFT. Then we introduced the Zeta token staking cycle 6 updates, several changes, new rules, and etc. And let's say, what else? Introduction of the new rules and new divisions of XANA DAO MVPs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're gonna probably have one more or two more AMA session left in this year. But let's have a great year end to welcome a great year ahead. Okay? Have a great one, guys. Have an amazing weekend and see you in the next week. Thank you so much for joining. I really love you guys and let's go together. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Good night.